Okay. Yeah. Hopefully the gameplay volume's not too loud or anything. Let me know if it is. I can obviously change it. All right. Let's go. Oh, my troopers, man, you guys are gonna help me out, aren't you? Even though I'm gonna like leave you in the dust for a bit. Just saying. All right, the Rune Blade. I forget what you. Yay, Rune Blade. Oh yeah, Disorder. Okay, yeah, I'll attach this for now. But I'm not gonna add anything to the extra materia slot because I'm gonna go right back to the Buster Sword as I always do. Arts. I don't really get any synergy abilities. I guess I'll just straight up attack power for now. Should be perfectly fine. Because the moment I get it, oh crap, I need to look at what do I need to do in order to get better proficiency? Strike and attack or strong attack after by switching modes. Okay, that's super easy to do. All right, anything in the old vending machine? Always get your discounts. That's the #1 rule I can always give people. Always get your discounts. Helps a lot. I think I need to heal. Nope. I should good. Yep, full and full. All right, let's go. Follow me, troopers. Don't worry, everyone's a bad guy. Just remember. I don't think I need to use this, but I always do just in case. There we go. There's my first proficiency bonus. Woo, there we go. There's my another proficiency bonus. See, again, the proficiency bonus, this is super easy. Okay, I'll just finish these normal guys off normally. All right, and because I feel like it, I will heal up. You. There we go. All right, we move on, unless there's anything else over here. Can't remember. Nope, there is not. Forward march. Yes, sir. Okay. Had to change the setting real quick. Over here. Ah, yes, random stuff I can pick up. All right, down we go. Like I was just standing there. Yeah, nothing weird here. No, just you know, hanging out. All right, disorder again, and there we go. I already got the proficiency all mastered up, so now I can go back to whatever weapon I like to use. I did see someone bring up an interesting question though. I feel kind of bad, like I'm just juggling them. No, but I did see someone bring up an interesting thing though, saying like, what are they going to do about all the Ultima weapons and everything that we get in part 3? Why can't I change my weapon? Oh, there we go. Okay. Back to the Buster Sword. Thank you very much. It's a rule, guys. It's a rule. I don't make the rules, okay? You have to use the Buster Sword. No, I mean, in reality, use whatever sword you like. I just think in terms of just pure ways that the weapons look in this game, Buster Sword looks the best. There are other cool looking weapons in this game for Cloud, and I'm looking just specifically at Cloud because I actually prefer like one of Barrett's late game weapons. I definitely think is the coolest. But for Cloud, I definitely have to go with the Buster Sword. It just works for him. So, okay, fire is always good with you guys. Yep. I think. Oh, I should use assess. Always assess, people. Always assess. That is like the #1 rule of this game. Get the free information that it can give you. Boom. There we go. Boom. Oh, dude, you broke my combo, man. How dare you? All right, you know what? Triple slash these fools. There we go. All my troopers are looking good. It's fine. You can attack me. You know what? Just normal. There we go. I feel bad for the flame trooper here. Oh, damn. That looked like it hurt. And we pressured slash into staggered him. Oh, man. That was... Oh, man. I don't care what anyone says. Best part about Rebirth is easily the combat. The combat is... God, it is the perfect blend of command-based combat and real-time combat. I don't care what anyone says. Anyone who says only turn-based is the best or only action is the best, no. This is the best combat for this game. Oh, there you are. It's like, where's the switch? There should be a big red button. Need that big red button. Alrighty. Oh, crap. I did not start that in time. Oh, crap. Okay. I should be fine. It's just, unfortunately, I did not equip any lightning. That was my fault. That was easily my fault. All right. Are you going to come up here or what? Or did I just need to go into you? I think, no, I don't. Okay. All right. So assess first. That's everything. Everything's weak to fire except for the big machine, which is weak to lightning. You never would have guessed it. There we go. All right, first things first I want to do is oh, God. He just attacked me out of nowhere. Aw, thanks, trooper. You're the best. All right, let's just get normal fire. It doesn't need to be anything super fancy or anything like that. One hit, KO right there. Okay, Trooper B and E, you're looking a little... Okay, now will my mist heal everybody? I hope it does. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Like, why try to waste all these normal potions when you just do that? Makes it 10 times easier. There we go. But luckily, I do have Firebolt Blade, which does a little bit of weakness to you. Not much. This is what happens when you forget to bring lightning. There we go. Pressured it. So focus thrust. Get some more of that pressure up. There we go. Staggered the guy. Let's go. Put this. No point in wasting my MP if I don't need to. And then I know there's more guys up there. Okay. Go out here for a sec. Fire. The Grenadiers over there and the elites. Okay, hang on. Gotta come over here so I can hit them. Here we go. And huzzah! Okay, that's one. There we go. Fire to the Grenadier. Boom. Okay, there we go. I am getting a little low on my health. I do realize that. We'll just kill me up real quick. Surprisingly, bullets can't out-damage Cure, which is really nice. Oh, God. I did not see a hard charger popping up there. That is my fault. Okay, deal with this. Boink. There we go. Pressured you. Right into our... Oh, crap. My bad. Okay, focus thrust. Boom, staggered. And we'll go into our limit break. Because we can. This should be the last one. Too crazy here. Boom. Load all you want. All right, and because I know I have another mist potion. Don't mind you. Here we go. All right, onward, gentlemen. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna leave fire in the slot with the current setup because I know with the boss I'm gonna fight my friendo. It's he's weak to fire, so I know that because I've beaten the game like 3 times. Technically, you should use assess to find out, or if you remember from fighting him in remake, you did giveaway. Potion, adrenaline, MP Mako shard. I feel like the MP Mako shards that you get. Oh, I actually should do this real quick. I saw those bikes. I saw the bikes. I'm like, no. They're weak to lightning. Do I have an extra lightning materia I can use? Yes, I do. Okay. Just for this one little bit right here, then I gotta change it back before I go fight the boss. That's all I need to do. Yeah, there we go. At least I thought he was weak to lightning. Crap. Oh, is he weak to something? Ow. Is he weak to something else? Crap. I might have. Oh, this is why we assess. I don't remember now. No, he was weak to light. To fire. Damn, I should have just kept it on. Oh well, I still have Blizzard, or no, I don't have Blizzard. That's crap. I know. Whatever, I'll be fine. He's not exactly hard. Can it attack me? Come on. Okay, dude. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. Just come over here and do Firebolt Blade. Because guess what? It tracks you. Ow. This is also on normal, so it's not exactly difficult or anything. Yeah, because now I've got his thunder. Just firebolt him again, because I literally track right to him for the fire. Oh, he's almost dead. Ow. Ow, why are you hurting me? I'm not a bad guy. See, I'm wearing your uniform, that bike thingy. Oh. Yeah, his little missiles, though, are a pain in the butt. Oh, I missed him. Yeah, and again, you just have ranged attacks with Cloud, so. There we go. No need to waste anything. All right. Well, I thought I was being big-brained, but apparently I was not. So, whatever. We'll go back to having Fire and Ice materia on here because we're about to go fight our friend. And we'll use my last potion. Why not? Oh, well, there was a bench over here. Whatever. I rarely use mist potions as it is in this entire game, even though they're like super crazy powerful and everything. Unless you're playing on a hard difficulty, like it really doesn't make a difference. Okay, get our free items. Ooh, we get a couple of mega potions. You like to see it. And the more ethers, the better. Just straight up. And I'm not really worried about my my abilities right now because I don't really have any of my teammates around. And I haven't leveled up in a hot minute, so 100% gonna get this recording because I'm making a giant translation video right now, and it's been a ways in the works. And I've got probably like 50 plus clips. I'm not even lying. Like a Shakespearean guy. Oh, my friendo. Nande kore ga suru toka. It's the funniest thing ever. But it's an interesting look into what Cloud, I think, originally thought trooper or soldiers were and everything. You know, not the overly cocky, exactly like this guy, but you know, more, you know, obviously he knew Zack and everything. So, spoilers, I guess, if you haven't played Crisis Core. But this is kind of also showing the player, especially any new players who haven't played Final Fantasy before, you know, oh, this is what typical soldiers look like and everything. And so I do have a feeling it's going to be a bit of a wake-up call, though, when we get part 3 and real Cloud comes back finally. And a lot of people are going to be like, wait, this is Cloud? You're like, yep, dorky, you know, motion sickness Cloud. Still strong-willed, though. You know, he's honestly got one of the best character arcs, and there's a reason, but unfortunately, it's all in part 3. So right now, he's at his lowest low at the end of this game. So, actually, no, I take that back. He's not at his lowest low yet. He's about to be at his lowest low. He is about to be at his lowest low in part 3, and then the manipulator is about to come out and play. And how many fights does Shinra go through? You have to wonder sometimes. All right. Ow. This is our first time fighting, so hey, look at that. He's prone to fire. But honestly, the best thing to do here is literally just go into this mode, and then when he attacks me normally, then you just block him like that. See? And you just do it over and over again. Oh, get out of the way of the electrical blast though. Ow. Oh. Move it. There we go. There we go. I'll just normal block those. Okay. Ow. Ah, crap. That was bad on my timing. Oh, come on. I pressed that. There we go. Pressured you. I will quickly heal up though, just because. Careful. In fact, I'll do it again. This is more so I just don't have to care about it. Oh, you're gonna do your bolt attack? Yep. Around here. Oh. Oh, come on. Come on, Road. Come on. There we go. And into the pressure state you go. Oh, you're so close. Could a fire just do it for me real quick? It does track. There we go. There we go. All right, knocked him into his first or second state technically. Funny enough, the second time you pressure him, slash stagger him, you'll get your limit break, and you just finish him off with your limit break. So it's almost like it's trying to be cinematic for you, you know? My friend. Honestly, for like total side characters, he's definitely one of my favorites. Just how many bikes can you go through? Oh, I thought you were staggered. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. There we go. Come on. There we go. Staggered. Go into a disorder. And we'll go into a braver. Because why not? Just down. Could also just use a summon if I wanted to, but yeah, you know, we can do whatever we want. What do I have? Oh, I have Leviathan, right? He takes 2 though. Ow. Pay attention, Tallen. And the guy's almost dead anyway. Woo! There we go. Playing on normal, I guess that was too far in terms of my strength. All right, time to cut the bike up. All right, dude. I gained nothing to the Buster Sword. Just saying. My friend. They're like, oh crap, we gotta take this guy on? He just took out a soldier. Well, technically he's got the strength of a soldier, but he's actually stronger than a soldier. But even though he never made it into the program, and you know, just again, details, right? A salute. I don't know the full history of Roche, but I do wonder, and I don't know if this is from 2000 Gil or if maybe they're going to show this in part 3 potentially, just because, again, the whole point of the remake trilogy is to expand on everything that has been released ever since the original release, and also show stuff that they weren't able to at the time. I do wonder if Cloud and Roche maybe just met, just not like they were friends or anything, but like maybe they met just as like, you know, hey, they passed by and they, you know, gold hair and, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know, just simple pass by, nothing too crazy. But I wonder if maybe Roche technically remembers Cloud at that particular moment and he was kind of like envious of how he looked, or maybe he looked completely different and then he copied Cloud's, you know, iconic hair and everything on, you know, obviously it's grown out and all that stuff. But I do wonder, I think it'd be a little cool nod just to kind of finish up in part 3. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I think that'd be kind of cool. Alrighty, get all of our lovely potions and items that we can grab. And then unfortunately, we've got to leave our soldier boys here behind because, you know, we're not technically part of Shinra. So, because we were kind of left for dead, and then we were in a tube for 4 years, so everyone thought we died. And, you know, even though a couple people recognized us in remake, which makes sense because they knew him when he was an infantryman. And that should be about everything. All right, now we get a really tearful goodbye where it's like they kind of know who we are, but not really, and you know, normal stuff. All right, Cloud, let him down easy now. Just let him down easy. That's all I'm asking, okay? Saki no bike no yatsu ga. And it's funny how they translate you know, yatsu and hen no yatsu and things like that, where they'll try to mix up the English, you know, vocabulary used and everything. When you hear hen no yatsu and yatsu, like it's literally just referring to that, you know, that particular person you're talking about. Saying hen no yatsu, you're basically saying, yeah, that person's strange, but yatsu is a very strong way of saying that particular person, and usually it's kind of like you can either stand them or maybe they are a jerk, depending on who they are. Where, you know, obviously looking at who that character was, aka Rush, it's always interesting to see what they do. Unfortunately, though, I definitely have my issues when it comes to the English translation / localizations. There are so many inconsistencies with this game. There are times actually where, and I know obviously you have a team that works on things like translation, where something will actually come off very genuine right next to how the Japanese originally was written and everything. It's translated perfectly. And then there are other times where they throw in the most random words, or it's like they made the clear you know, they didn't check their work after doing it for the first time, where something is said and it's just like, wait, why is this being said? This was actually never said in Japanese. And I know the whole point of localization is so that obviously not everything perfectly translates over. Like, I get that as somebody who lives in Japan and everything, like I get that, but at the same time, there are ways to do good localization without completely leaving behind the original meaning that was done in Japanese or whatever language you are translating from. And that is definitely one of the issues I have with the remake trilogy. And unfortunately, it also all goes back way to the 90s, the late 90s, when 7 released originally. We've seen it in other Final Fantasy games. We've seen it in even more recent games from a couple years ago, like Final Fantasy 16. I think probably one of the better localization / you know, directly translating games that I've seen in a while was probably Like a Dragon. I'd say Like a Dragon generally is good for the most part. I mean, that game is already funky and crazy and a little silly at times, so it actually can work out for you when you properly translate it. But it's something about this game for some reason, and this project that they're doing has not, it's not the greatest. I'm not gonna lie, it's not. And I would have hoped that, you know, they actually did take it serious. And I know the developers have come out and said, like, no, we got to make sure that, you know, a lot of the translations are good and everything, and making sure that we get these characters right, you know, regardless of going from Japanese to English and everything. When in reality, the ball has been dropped quite a bit. has been dropped quite a bit, unfortunately. I mean, one of my biggest examples is Barrett, actually. In Remake, there's a few scenes where they make him just sound like this. Oh, I don't even know what the best word to use. Like, basically, he is just this no nonsense. Like, he just wants to murder everybody, essentially. When in reality, the line that he actually says in Japanese in the original script is just simply, oh, okay, so it went really well. What's our next step? Why would you add in this whole, hey, we've got to murder this guy now, when he never even says that? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, time to get on the ship.
君たちは何だ。
俺たちは
パレードで社長賞もらいました。ご褒美でコスタデルソルへ行けるんです。ルーファウス社長がこの船に乗れって。
何も聞いていないが。
社長気まぐれですよね。
後ろの連中もかね。
The guys in the robes. About that.
わがままな客が多くてね、二等室で頼むよ。お客様は裕福な方々が多い。失礼のないようにな。お前はサボってないで仕事しろ。了解。それから犬は戦争だ。
わかった。
Play along, Red. Come on, you can do your Michael Jackson dance here in a bit, okay? Just play along with the rules, get on the ship, then you can do whatever you want, okay? Aw, poor kid. Just catch the boat tomorrow, don't worry. I do remember the first time I saw this scene, though, and you're just seeing the bosses from Sector 6 from Remake. It's like, wait, what? What are they doing here? It's like, oh, crap, we're going to have this, like, huge underground thing happening right here on the ship. But, no, they say, like, two lines to each other, and then we never see anything ever again. So.
ミッドガルとは違う。いい風だ。
私にはちょいと塩辛いね。
悪くねえな。
私が探ってこよう。
それからファズはそれっきり。今でも大きな人を見るとドキッとする。そっか。何でも聞くからね。さて、次はいよいよ大事件。嘘、これ以上の事件があるの？それがそうなの。初恋。うわ、大事件。 初恋編はまた今度。見回りどうだった？
クロマントは二等戦室に集められてる。神羅の追っ手の気配はない。変装は終わりだな。
そっか。じゃあ最後に敬礼。ご苦労様。
おう、ルーファウスの提案聞いたぜ。忍者娘がめちゃくちゃにしちまったが、正直俺はホッとしてるんだ。誰が社長だろうが神羅は神羅。取引なんかしたくねえ。連絡船第8神羅丸へようこそ。船長の地と。
And then like right there with Barrett, like we start to, you know, that's I like this little lead in that Barrett has right there where he's like, you know what, it sounded like a good deal with Shinra, but nothing good ever comes of that. And then we're about to go into not only Coast of the Sol but up into his hometown, and that kind of leads into all that, which is really cool. And it's just like, why that consistency right there is awesome to have with his character both in English and Japanese. And then there's other parts where it's like they drop the ball so hard on it, and I've never liked that before. So
Oh really?
oh really, what's up?
What's going on?
Didn't even hear you come in. I can't remember if I have streamer mode on Discord or not.
Probably.
Isn't it like super late there your time?
It's like 1 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a little
It's a smidge.
mid late.
It's a smidge late at night. Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, I have to ask, have you had a chance to try out the update to Mario Kart World? Is it as bad as everyone says?
I don't know what the update to Mario Kart World is.
So apparently, if you wanted to play your more traditional tracks instead of doing the routes to driving down the highway essentially, and then only doing one lap, everyone online would pick random, and apparently they've changed it now where random just most likely picks the normal route.
I haven't even touched Mario Kart, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, you've been playing Pokemon or Zelda?
No, I haven't been able to play anything recently.
That makes sense. Although I have been seeing that a lot of people enjoying the Zelda games because they're actually now running at 10 frames per second.
That does help. Not having 10 frames per second to worry about. I have played Tears of the Kingdom a little bit beforehand, and yeah, it runs very good.
I don't have Breath of the Wild anymore, so, but I do have Tears of the Kingdom still, so I am interested to actually try it out. Actual 4K 60 FPS. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I'm actually really my wife is really excited to be playing Pokemon, because she's been playing Scarlet recently, and man, trying to watch that thing on a 4K TV, I'm like, how can you play that like in that
all the old version, yeah.
The old, yeah, on the other, she has the OLED switch, but obviously that doesn't make a difference when you're trying to output it to a TV and everything. And so I'm watching her play this game, and I'm just like, god damn, like just all the hiccups and the screen tearing and the drop frames and everything. I'm just like, oh man, this hurts my eyes to watch.
Wednesday needs to hurry up, eh?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, when I told her, she's just like, so that means I can make, because there's a couple of YouTubers she watches that have been playing Pokemon with its updates to the Switch 2, and she's like, why doesn't ours look like that? And I'm like, because they're playing on the Switch 2 and you're playing on the Switch OLED. And she's like, oh, so when the Switch 2 is, and she's like, I'm like, yeah, and she's like, oh, okay. So she's like super, she keeps asking me almost every day. She's just like, is it here yet?
Is it here yet? Are we there yet?
Are we there yet? And it's like, yes, we're almost there.
Are we at peak yet?
Are we at peak yet? I am curious how different. I mean, I kind of know already, but I am wondering how different ZA and will run on Switch 1 and Switch 2. Like, obviously, we know Switch is going to be way better, but I want to know just how much better.
Oh, you mean like how ZA runs?
Yeah, like how it runs, right? Because obviously they've been working on the game for a while. So, like, obviously we know it'll somewhat run decently on Switch, but how well is what I want to know. So.
On Switch, I mean, I imagine it. The Arceus, like the Legends games, always ran pretty fine. So I mean, I wouldn't have to really worry. I wouldn't really worry too much about the Arceus games.
Yeah, Legend. I mean, Legends. Yeah, Arceus ran pretty well, surprisingly. But I don't know.
Just Scarlet and Violet, and then I wish they would push a Sword and Shield update. That's the only one I wish they would do.
Did they run bad on Switch? I actually never played Sword and Shield, so I can't speak for it.
It's not. Well, they only ran bad in like because they had the wild area there before it was like a true open world.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you went online with it, it would lag in the wild area quite heavily. Other than that, it ran pretty okay.
Okay. All right. Well, because it wasn't this big open world. Like, there were still sections, if I remember correctly, wasn't it? In Sword and Shield, or was it?
Yeah, it was still sectioned off.
That's what I thought. Okay.
It wasn't true open world till Scarlet Violet. Even Arceus was.
Yeah, Arceus
like
had those sections, literally going into the ice zone, going into the.
Yeah, so Scarlet and Violet were their true first open world.
さあ始めよう。
やりたかったんだな。
もちろんだ。
切り札が温存しておくか。俺は勝つ。行くぞ。ここが踏ん張りどころだな。
I keep seeing some people say like Cyberpunk runs good, it runs bad, blah 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 blah. It's like
I've heard for a portable console, it runs very well from what I hear.
Yeah, that's what I mainly see. I think a lot of it's kind of rage baiting a lot of people with like these fake. It runs laggy, blah 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 type thing or something.
Right. Yeah. I've definitely seen
and
that.
And then now it's the screen ghosting I keep seeing everywhere. It's like, all right, well, I don't see that. If you have to slow down your footage to see it, it's not really much of a problem because no one's gonna notice that.
Well, I think, yeah, the way I look at so actually, I kind of want to talk about this. So I know that the big thing is Digital Foundry's video about looking at how bad the screen is on the Switch 2 for the current market right now. I think the way that the average person is going to look at this, first off, average gamer isn't really going to notice it unless, again, they are literally taking a camera to try and slow it down, or the capture card, or whatever the case is, right? The other part to it is the fact that you said on the market right now, looking at all the screens that we currently have, Switch 2, Switch, the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally, and all the Legion, and all that other stuff, right? Screens have changed and become so much better than they were back in the day. Am I going to compare? I mean, is it good to compare something like the Switch 2 screen to the Game Boy screen or these other screens for these devices that we had 15 plus years ago? No, because clearly things have changed and evolved over time. So while, yes, the Switch 2 screen is not the top of the top, Nintendo was never going to make it the best of the best screens because they're Nintendo. They've never done that before. It is still a fine screen to look at. And again, unless you are literally trying to really look at it, no one's going to notice. Are you going to notice in some instances? Yeah, you'll probably notice it for a second or two. But then after that, you forget about it and you just play your games. Because again, that's what the average Nintendo person does. So
a lot of it is your screen lottery. Do you get a good one, or did you get a semi good one, so and so? Because not all of them are always going to be the same.
Right, exactly.
So, as well as like a lot of this stuff, it's always the loud minority of people that cause a lot of this. So it's like,
well, then I think the other
majority of people aren't going to really matter too much.
Right, and I think the other part to it is that when you have people that come out like Digital Foundry who just are simply, they're reviewing things, they're looking at the technical aspect of it and everything, then all of a sudden you get everyone going online, oh yeah, no, I totally knew that and everything, and this is this, and they take it to like the extra level and everything. In reality, it's just like, okay, look, it's not the best screen. Yes, it is something that you should know as a consumer if that is truly important to you, but it's not like, oh my god, this screen is gonna make me go blind and I can't play games anymore or something like that. It's just like, tone it down a bit, people.
I don't see much now on the screen stuff. It's like very few in between. I don't think they care that much after a while.
Well, and then I think for me personally, most of the time my Switch 2 is gonna be docked. So
yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, that's another thing, right? It all depends on what type of player you are. If you're somebody who is going to be purely using it mobile, in a mobile sense, then yeah, you might notice it more often than not. But if you're someone who particularly has it gaming on your couch and everything, you're not going to notice it at all. So unfortunately, I think with the TV though, the one thing you do have to be careful of, from what I've heard at least, is just simply making sure you calibrate HDR properly or turning it off. So
yeah, unless you have like HDR TVs or anything like that, there ain't no purpose in keeping HDR turned on anyway.
I know my TV can do HDR because every time like I turn my PlayStation 5 on, it will say up in the top right corner HDR essentially. So
I know there are different classifications of HDR. Like there's HDR what 10 right now?
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you're exactly right on that. The fact that there are different iterations of it, obviously, because even though if you have the latest TV with the biggest and greatest HDR settings and everything, there are a lot of other people with other TVs that have some iteration of HDR, but it's not always going to be the same. So I'm sure that's got to be a headache for trying to do certain things with, different settings and everything. It can't be fun. So plus, if I remember correctly, didn't PS5 and Xbox Series X have some issues with HDR when they were initially launched and they fixed it eventually through a patch? Or am I thinking of something different? Maybe it was the variable refresh rate they had to deal with. I can't remember.
Could have been both for all I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have a display that can do VRR or I can do HDR, but I always turn it off because I don't mess with it. I don't think my displays really handle HDR well anyway. HDR is only really good if it's an OLED.
Yeah, that is
true. It's not an OLED. It's like.
Well, I know my TV's an OLED, but then again, it's like a 2021 screen, maybe 2022. I don't remember. We got it at Costco on some sale, where Costco and LG were doing this big sale for like a week, and I knew that the model was a year older than when we bought it, and I think we bought it in 22. It was either 20, yeah, I think it was late 2022 is when we bought it. So late 2021, I guess, is technically when the original TV came out.
Yeah. At one point I would like either a TV or an OLED monitor, at least just one, to have like my main. That way I could try and play these games with an OLED and see how it looks. But
yeah, I've heard people who give, at least on the monitor side, like I know OLED TVs obviously look really good, but like those who have had normal monitors and everything, and you go into an OLED monitor, apparently they swear up and down. Obviously we know internet, but they swear up and down, man, it makes a difference.
Oh yeah, like especially when there's a lot of like dark or black color on the screen. Like if you put your monitor, like mine's a IPS panel, I believe, on my LGs. It's not,
yeah.
Like if you go screensaver mode and it goes dark, or it's trying to like put out a black screen, it's not really black. It's like, because it's illuminated like black, because you can see that it's lit up. Versus an OLED, it actually they're off black. That's the color.
Right, yeah.
If OLED panels come down, then I'll maybe get one. 'Cause, that'd be great.
That's the key, though, right there. They need to come down in price first.
See, how much is an OLED monitor? 27-inch. Also depends on the branding, I guess.
Depends on the branding. Depends if you're going 1440p, 4K, 1080, all that stuff. So, like for me personally, 1440p is the sweet spot.
Yeah, if you're going 1440. I don't think they make them in 1080p anymore. I don't know. Either way. There's some of these off-brand ones like AOC Agon Pro. I don't know how you say 27-inch OLED. It's $569. Okay. Oh, MSI has OLEDs now.
I think I remember. Yeah, I think about a year ago they came out with some.
They have a 27-inch QHD, so 1440p, $600. It's actually marked down on Amazon right now. $599 instead of $679. Samsungs are $649, marked off from $799. All right, I'm good. I don't need an OLED that bad.
Wait, are those sold by like directly from Amazon, or are they sold by?
Yeah, it's from Amazon directly.
Okay.
I know it's from Amazon directly because it offers me the Amazon monthly payment thing. So,
oh yeah.
Like without the interest and all that stuff, it's just like the direct from Amazon. So I could get an MSI QD OLED 1440p monitor, 240 hertz, all that good stuff for $120 a month for 5 months if I wanted to. But
yeah, but it's kind of asking the fact, like, do you really need it at this particular moment, right? Like,
yeah, I have my my triple monitors. I'm good with that. I don't need an OLED that bad.
Yeah, no, if
one dies, then maybe I'll consider it.
I've got my double monitor set up right now. Both, funny enough, they're both the same, but they're both 1440p, 165 hertz. You know, I'm just like, yeah, that's perfect for what I use it for. That's perfectly fine, especially because trying to build a computer right now is like super expensive because graphic cards are just almost impossible to get.
They make programming monitors, really? I never knew this. BenQ. All right, that's cool.
Be surprised if BenQ.
For $400, I don't think so. For a 24-inch, not even an OLED monitor. Oh, I don't even know what the heck this is. Is it trying to be a portable monitor? Even for a portable, that's $400. Is nope. Jeez. LG is the more expensive of the OLEDs because of their Ultra Gears.
Yeah.
$1,000. Oof. That's for a 32-inch, $700 for a 27-inch. So that's not that bad. It's about where everything else is, really. I can get free delivery tomorrow. Oh, goody. Oh, the 34-inch curved is.
Oh, do you like curved monitors? I'm not exactly the biggest fan of them.
I had one. It was a 1080p little Samsung curved monitor. It was all right. Wasn't a widescreen curve. So maybe if it was a widescreen curved, it probably would have made a little bit of made sense to have one. But for like a typical monitor size, nah, it's not really that big a deal. I wouldn't get one.
I don't know. I've never been the big fan of the whole curve or ultra wide stuff. Like, I know people love their ultra wides, but me personally, I was just like, I'll take my normal monitor, set up double monitors or whatever.
I mean, the purpose of like even dual or triple monitors is to have more screen, which is what an ultra wide essentially achieves for you. So
right, but I feel like there's a lot of things that are not. They don't optimize very well for ultra wide sometimes, whether it's certain games or programs that are used. They're like I think that's also another reason I just never bothered with it, because I'm just like, I'd rather not have to deal with the headaches.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with it because it's games unless they have like mods, or especially if you're running like PlayStation, it'd just be kind of like, well, I can't use this. Now everyone's up in a tizzy about Xbox's little app update, I guess, that lets you basically use Steam and PlayStation which are literally just shortcuts built into the app.
I don't know why people are that surprised about it. I mean, the moment they announced the whole thing, I was just like, okay, so they're gonna be able to do that then. Like, ow.
Now people are like, it's the PlayStation fanboys are upset. It's like, well, not really, because it's literally just shortcuts being put into the app. Yeah, cool. It'd be cool eventually if like the actual Xbox gets to the point to where it's running this natively, but it's not. We're not there yet, so let's relax.
Plus, weren't like again, it's funny. You can bring up one big, hardcore fandom and be like, weren't the Xbox players doing this exact same thing when they flipped out about their games going to other platforms? Like, I feel like every time something happens, one fan base just flips the F out.
And then the other argument is the Xbox handheld is running PlayStation games natively while the Portal can't. It's like,
Portal was never meant to.
The Portal's not a handheld game. That's why I don't consider it in the handheld market race, because it's not the same thing.
It's literally the best way to describe the Portal. It's literally just like the Wii U tablet thing that they had.
Yeah, it's just a remote screen.
It's just a remote.
It's the same thing you would do with your iPad with remote play.
Exactly. I've got it right here, right? Like the thing I do is that because it goes off of your Wi-Fi connection and everything. Hard landline to the PS5, and then you set this up to be on your 5G network instead of your normal 2.4, essentially, because 2.4 is what everyone in your house is going to be using, your smartphones, your TVs, you name it, essentially. You put this onto a not a system, but a bandwidth that is not being used up by anything else, and boom, you have near like I played all my games on here, heavy action ones that I need 60 FPS for and everything, and I'm like, yeah, it feels fine. I don't really notice it. I don't play competitive shooters on here or anything because I'm an old gamer, but overall it works out just fine. But the thing was that it was never marketed like that, and I think a lot of people wanted it to be a actual handheld that ran natively and everything, when Sony was just like, no, that's not what this is. So again, you don't have to buy it, but that's what it was. They made a thing, and it actually did sell pretty well. But if it doesn't work for your needs, then don't buy it. Go buy another handheld that works out for you perfectly. Like that's literally the best I can say.
Let's also remember the Xbox handheld is technically not even Xbox. It's Asus's ROG Ally. It's just Xbox branded on top of it.
Right. It's Microsoft doing what Microsoft does. Like, they're mostly known for the software they sell. So of course they're gonna go to another company to get the system built, and they're gonna create the software that goes on there, aka using some tuned down version of Windows 11 that works with an Xbox-like app that can also run other things. Like, that's Microsoft in a nutshell right there. That should not be that surprising.
It's literally doing what every other PC handheld does.
Yeah, pretty much.
But let's also remember, how much is the Portal and how much is the Xbox handheld, quote unquote.
Portal is
let's
200. I don't think we know the price yet of the ROG Ally. And plus,
600 at the minimum. There's no way it's $200.
Yeah, and you want to know why it's gonna be that much? Because guess what? Asus/ROG have always been crazy super expensive. They've always been that way, right? Like the ROG Strix version of any computer part is always marked up compared to the normal Asus price of whatever other product it is, and even those products are made even more expensive than your average sometimes. Obviously things like GPUs are gonna be around the same price, but if you think for 1 second that the ROG Ally Xbox, which, by the way, can I just simply say a little bit of a tangent here? Who the F named things at Xbox? You are terrible at naming things. Sorry, I had to get out of the way. You've been terrible.
I think that's
since the Xbox
Asus's
One
thing, not Xbox.
Well, Xbox has also been terrible. I mean, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox One Series S, or whatever the Pro version of the Xbox One was.
From 360 to the One to the One X to the.
Seriously, it's ridiculous. But anyway, regardless, though, it's an Asus device. It's gonna be expensive. So don't think it's gonna be some $300 handheld. It's not gonna be. I'm sorry.
So if we want to use the current ROG Ally systems that exist, the ROG Ally and the ROG Ally X, without the Xbox branding. The ROG Ally, the cheaper of the two, goes for $599 USD or $600 for the Z1 model, or if you want to bump up to the Z1 Extreme CPU model, it goes up to $700 just for
Yikes.
the baser, lesser model. Remember that the Xbox handheld, quote unquote, the lesser model has the same screen, same tech, but the CPU can't do the same screen resolution because why? But and then the X version, the higher tiered one, is the base model, which starts at 1 terabyte, same spec, like I think it's the Extreme or whatever. Either way, the only difference is the terabyte SSD. The base one, $900. The 2 terabyte, $1,000.
You save $1,000.
You want an
They have
Xbox
normal
handheld? I bet it's more expensive than the PS5 Pro.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that's expensive.
It's already this is the older model still. This
And
isn't because the new one does have slightly updated specs like RAM and what what have you, right? It does have that. So let's take that into consideration. That if they don't bump down the current models, they might go up.
Wait, hang on. So the original Ally or the original ROG Ally X and non-X versions, those came out 2 years ago, 3 years ago. How old are those?
Trying to find the actual release date for these because it's giving me the new one for the Xbox stupidly because it's like late 2025. Oh, 2024 I guess is when those models came out. I don't know when specifically, but according to ROG Asus, on Asus's website, the model year is 2024.
Okay, so it's been out for a little over a year right now, and we're expecting that this Xbox One will release at the end of 2025 based on what they told us, because it's also releasing with Silksong, if I remember correctly, or Silksong's supposed to be on Game Pass at the same time or whatever. So it's not even a year. So, and as we already know, technology is not going down in price the older it gets. So
there is a difference. Hold on. So there is the is it really is one white and one black, and but they're different specs? That's I would want the white version. Either way, so the ROG Xbox Ally has 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigabytes of SSD space.
okay,
I think it's still the same other spec wise, but the X is 24 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte. Yeah, this is the lesser model. Maybe $499 at the lowest I could see, maybe $500 minimum for that one. The other one probably like $800-900. I have no doubt.
well, especially because we know Xbox hardware doesn't sell the greatest right now.
It's not even Xbox hardware, it's just the Asus hardware thrown in
With an
on
Xbox
Xbox
app.
branding.
Yeah.
And they did slightly redesign the actual look of it because it's more controller like, right? But it's
Yeah, the handles seem
That's
to be
neither
more
here
like
nor
what an
there.
Xbox controller would feel like. I mean
I
that's
saw
literally what the
people- I saw
Portal is as
Linus
well.
Tech Tips.
That's what the
I saw
Portal
Linus.
is.
Yeah. I saw Linus Tech Tips saying that the handles feel more like the DualSense than the Xbox.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that's actually pretty funny.
That's yikes.
Yeah. I do wonder how well it's gonna do, because again, if sales across the board are down for Xbox hardware, just talking hardware, like, is slapping Asus's name on the front of it gonna sell better because maybe those who prefer PCs might want to pick it up?
I mean, I don't know what their ideal situation is, that this new one is branded with Xbox, and they're also doing the thing with Windows to where they're reducing a lot of the processing in the background to where it's the most minimal Windows that's ever going to exist, really, at this point. Maybe
Right.
Depends. But and then it's going to have the main Xbox UI, I guess, as the default.
Yeah,
You
it's
still
supposed to be
go
a
into
default,
desktop
and by
mode, I
hitting one
imagine, because
button.
it's still Windows.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But you can still install like Steam and all. Again, it's no different than the current Asus Ally. It's no different than any of the other PC handhelds. It's just Xbox big screen mode on the handheld, like Steam's, you know, big screen mode or whatever you could technically run. So it's like I don't. So I guess the original that makes it even worse. The ROG Ally X, the 2024 one, that has 12 gigabytes of onboard RAM, and the new one has 24. So we're upping this, and the current one sells for $800. Yeah, we're not even close to getting to cheap.
Well, again, and tech over the last 4 to 5 years like barely goes down in price these days, unfortunately.
I can't imagine Xbox saying, "Yeah, we'll take the hit." No,
no, they're not going to take the hit. No, they spent $69 billion on Activision and everything. Like we've seen this already. Like they want their return on investment. There's a reason they're pushing Call of Duty, and you know they obviously wanted Candy Crush and everything on mobile. I mean, why else would Call of Duty be the last thing at the Xbox showcase? Like that's what they want. So
we already know they're hurting for money because they're putting everything else on the other platforms, like because the what the Horizon was ported to PS5 and stuff. So it kind of sucks there was no physical version of that.
The Forza game.
Yeah, Forza.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 5 Zero Dawn or whatever.
Yeah, wasn't it top of one of the charts for a while on PlayStation? Like,
it was a good seller because a lot of people wanted it. I believe it's crossplay too with all the Xbox people.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, now I see another tweet of someone going, "God, the Switch 2 screen is so bad. Look at the ghosting." It's like, okay. You're like, I see this every once in a while. It's like not everyone's complaining, so it's probably not a big issue to most.
I'll have to ask a few of my students I know that have Switch 2s. I'm just gonna randomly bring it up this upcoming week at work and just be like, "So, how's the screen with the Switch 2?" You know what they're gonna tell me most likely? Looks fine.
It's fine. If people are really worried about the screen, just wait for an OLED version to come out.
Which we know it's gonna happen
you
because
don't
it's gonna
need the new one right now.
Yeah, if you don't need it right now, there's gonna be an OLED version. We know it's gonna happen.
Now it will suck because, you know, older hardware.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be fun to play anything on, but hey. And if you're looking forward to Donkey Kong, well, sucks.
I'm looking forward to Donkey Kong. And that just happens to release the day before my final day of work for summer vacation. Oh.
July, 17th?
Yeah, July 17th, which is a Thursday, which kind of a weird day to release a game, but okay, sure.
I cannot wait for that game. That game's going to be so much fun.
It is. It looks so much fun. It really does. Like, that's... Like, when I saw that direct, I was like, all right, you got 15 minutes to show me, is this game going to be really good? And I came away from that direct going, is it the 17th yet?
That's me waiting for October.
Oh, with Pokemon CA?
Yeah, I have both of the 2 versions pre-ordered.
God, I just realized October is going to be, I mean, generally it is every year. ZA is, or October is going to be a crazy month for some releases. We got ZA coming out, we got Ghost of Yotei, and there was one other big game that's coming out, and they're all within like a couple weeks of each other. I'm just like, oh, come on. I need some time between to play both games.
Did you get a screen protector for your Portal? By the way?
Yes, I did. It was like 10-15 bucks or something like that. Ow.
Yeah, I got one for like 8. I was like, yeah, I don't want to risk this screen.
Well, especially because in order to use the touchpad that you would use on your controller,
you have to touch the screen.
You have to double tap the screen on the side. So
yeah, I just worry if I drop it.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was an OLED though. That'd be so good. I would rather them. People got to remember as well with these comparing to the Portal that you can't do what the Xbox handheld can do. It's like we got to remember how popular the PSP was. If Sony decided to go back to that, the Xbox has no shot.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
The Portal, I bet if the Portal was like it was, but it was a native PlayStation player instead of a remote player, all it would be with the screen portion would just be thicker, because I imagine the handles would still be where they are. They would just put everything behind the screen, and that would be it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And then boom, native PS5. I see, like, I've been looking around for like Xbox Series X's and stuff, and not even Amazon has these in stock at all right now.
They don't? I figured they would.
No, you'd think, because I doubt that it's like, did they not restock these at all? Did they just sell them? And because the non-disc version, which was like $100 off on Amazon or something like that, it was like it was selling for $4.99 instead of the $5.29 that it went for, and that thing went gone in like a day.
So, wait, the disc version or the non-disc version?
Non-disc version, because it's the cheaper one. It's the same as the Series X, just without the disc version, but there's no, they made it white instead. There's no black version, so I was like, I wouldn't want a white one. I already hated the PS5 having the white panels. Which is why the dark plates were a godsend.
Yeah, they had this giant sale for a lot of stores here for Golden Week back in May, and that's when I picked up my Portal. Actually, that thing's only a few months old for me. It was like $50 to $70 off, and I'm like, why? Especially for the for where I live and everything. There's a reason. A lot of people always complain about it, but there's a reason the Portal did super well, especially within Japan, because of just, if you're at home and someone needs a TV, you can just play it on your little portable thing, and it doesn't take a ton of power to run it. So as long as you've got good internet and everything, then you're good to go. So, and obviously don't play.
Yep.
I would definitely recommend not playing like first-person shooters on it. It's just saying.
Unless you have like good, if you have good internet, and you're like, and your PlayStation's in the same room, all that stuff, you probably could get away with playing FPS.
You could, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if you're somebody who notices those frames and everything.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I think people forget that the Portal can be played elsewhere. Probably not. It depends on the Wi-Fi, obviously, but
if you're in an area that has
wherever.
good Wi-Fi, then yeah, you're gonna.
Or you have good mobile data.
Yeah, that's it. So.
Not recommended to use I don't know. It's definitely not a travel thing I would take with me.
I personally wouldn't either. Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
I'm not going to. But again, I didn't buy it for that purpose though. So.
Yeah, I bought it to like chill in bed, not having to like sit at a desk or whatever playing.
Exactly. Yep.
Since I don't have all my stuff on the TV.
That's exactly what I did. Yep. And honestly, it's actually kind of a smart business move from Sony, because what I've noticed is that it makes you really wish that you had more digital games instead of physical games, because if you ever want to switch over to something, you got to get up, you got to, first world problems, I know, but still. Like from a pure business perspective, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It pushes digital harder, but
it does, yep.
Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. There's no stopping it at this point. Really. Just kind of gotta accept it, really. It's not like the physical media even has the full game on them anymore.
Usually requires the day one patch. Yeah, I mean, most PS5 discs still have most of the game on there unless otherwise stated, but yeah.
And if anything, people might like to trash Nintendo, but at least a lot of their devs put a lot of the game on the cart because there's enough storage mostly for a lot of Nintendo games.
Yep.
Obviously, for ones like third party, there's probably not going to be a lot of space unless they really cut down. Like Call of Duty's not getting on one. Not with their poor compression.
Oh no, they never will.
You want to play Call of Duty? You need a 1 terabyte memory card because there's no way. Not that Call of Duty's on it right now, but I imagine they probably will.
Oh, definitely.
It'd be stupid of them not to. Did they stop putting Call of Duty on the Nintendo consoles back in the Wii days, I think?
Wii U, I think, was the last Call of Duty game that they had.
Yeah, I don't think they probably didn't put it on the Switch because the Switch just could not run that.
Oh no, the Switch was never going to. Even though, you know, the last like 5 Call of Duty games have all been on the last gen consoles, like the Switch was already lower as it was, so.
According to IGN, PlayStation fans aren't happy with PS Plus and prefer Xbox Game Pass. Okay.
Okay.
I just read this now apparently.
Who wrote that? Just as out of curiosity.
Someone named Goat Gaming.
Okay.
So but according to them, it's according to IGN apparently. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
This was 18 hours ago. I'm gonna find the article then. IGN's kind of not the source I would use, but sure. I think both have been pretty
lackluster in my personal opinion.
I only have the top tier, the premium for PlayStation Plus because of my portal now, because I can do like the cloud stuff on it, that they added that feature. So if I want to try it, I'll try it. I don't use it too often though.
I haven't used PlayStation Plus since 2018, I think is when
the games for this month, I don't even know. Did they ever put Death Stranding on the free games list at one point?
Maybe they did. I don't know.
They put Diablo 4.
Diablo's the latest one, if I remember correctly, wasn't it?
Yeah, PlayStation Plus monthly games July 2025 apparently is Diablo 4, King of Fighters 15, and Jusant. I don't know what the other two are. Oh, King of Fighters KOF, yeah. The other one, I don't know. Is it only those 3? I thought it was more.
They always show the big main games, but generally there's more.
Oh, Battlefield 2042 was June's.
Oh god. Ugh. That's a waste of a game right there.
In Train Sim World. Okay.
That would do pretty well here in Japan. I know that for a fact.
It's free on PlayStation Plus.
Those train games, both on Switch, PlayStation, man, those things sell gangbusters over here in Japan. Like pretty much every.
The farming simulator still.
Yeah, pretty much.
A lot of it's just like the sim games everyone loves.
Pretty much, yeah. Except you're literally just the captain of a train and you drive a train around. Like that's all it is.
Yeah, farming simulator. You get the farm.
I made a joke online where I was just like, you know, because there's the rumor about that Nintendo Direct, I think in July or something like that. And I'm just like, nah, this is fake. There's not a farming simulator that's being talked about, so it's clearly not Nintendo. You know I'm half right. You know I'm half right.
I mean, at this point, I count Animal Crossing in the farming simulators.
It's true.
More or less. Maybe not 100%, but oh man, if a new Animal Crossing game comes out, man, people are gonna know life that for a while.
I mean, they know life during the pandemic, so yeah, I expect them to.
Yep.
There's a reason we could never find Switches for like the longest time here, because the moment the pandemic hit, and then you throw an Animal Crossing when you're stuck inside, like. Yeah.
Nintendo should just hold off on making Animal Crossing releases until there's another pandemic. And be like, here you go.
No.
We've been waiting.
They'll make it and they'll just hold on to it. They're just gonna sit on it, right? Just like, because there's been other games that've done that. So
I would love to have tried Flight Simulator at one point, but I've seen that game run terribly. Also, I'm not paying whatever amount for a flight rig just to play it.
oh yeah, those crazy amounts.
どこかで涼ませてくれないか
A racing wheel I could maybe get behind because I've been playing. I actually play Forza because I finally on PlayStation, so I was trying it out. But I've never played a Forza game. It's actually pretty nice.
Well, plus, isn't Flight Simulator like known as like, you've got to have like a beefy system to really be able to run that thing natively. Otherwise, you're forced to use the cloud system essentially.
Even beefy systems have tough times.
Oh no, exactly. Like we're talking like the best gaming CPUs, the best gaming GPUs, and that thing, your system will chug sometimes. Like it's not nice to your system.
No, it's definitely is not. 'Cause it's a CPU hog. I think also because it updates in real time in the background or something. I don't know. Because it's like real time maps or something. I don't know specifically. I think that's kind of cool. Apparently, you can't fly into buildings for reasons, you know. Apparently, the thing going around was you can get banned for doing this. Like, why? What if you just leave the controls for a minute?
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Some people saying Death Stranding 2 is pretty good.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. I'm glad they're able to play it. I tried Death Stranding 1, just wasn't the biggest fan of it, and basically Death Stranding 2 is more Death Stranding. So, you know, I'm really happy that people can go and play it, but not personally for me. So I'll just wait for Donkey Kong next.
Or Walking Simulator. And people really up in a fuss with PlayStation apparently being on the Xbox stuff. It's like, so is that new? Don't the other handhelds do this?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's
out?
a normal thing though. People freaked out when Xbox games went on the PC. People freaked out when PlayStation games went on the PC. People freaked out when Xbox games went on to PlayStation and Switch. And now people are freaking out about PS5 on Xbox system that's technically just a handheld PC with an Xbox logo on it. So I mean, I honestly roll my eyes at it and it's just like whatever at this point.
I don't understand being angry that a system can run these games, like an Xbox quote unquote brand can run a PlayStation. It's like, don't you want games to be available for everyone to play? It's like, why are we mad?
I don't know.
I would rather people be able to experience these games, even because console exclusivity does kind of suck.
Yeah. And then when you have other companies like Nintendo and then people complain about the exclusivity, it's like, well, for their business practice, it's clearly still working. So Xbox is trying their new third-party approach to it. Sony's in the middle. And who knows down the line what's going to happen in 5 years. Sony could be where Sony could be where Microsoft is. Nintendo could be where PlayStation currently is. You know, everything is always changing. So it's just like, just get what is best for you. If you want something that can play everything, then go the PC route and everything, or the Xbox route. If you want something with a little bit of exclusives with the other stuff as well, go with PlayStation. If you want nothing but exclusives, then Nintendo's your deal right there. And there's also obviously the option of buying multiple if you're able to. If you're not, then sometimes you have to pick one. I mean, up until 4 years into working after college, I had to pick one system. It was Nintendo for the longest time. Then I went over to PlayStation. Then I had nothing for a while because I moved over here. And then eventually, slowly over time, I saved money every month and I was able to, I have now a PC, a PlayStation, and a Switch. But it's not like I just bought it like that. So I think, again, I know online is always crazy, you know, hot takes and everything, and people just trying to bait clicks and all that stuff. But like, I'm not.
You know, you might get it. Just to quickly jump in with this, you might get it sooner than the second because it's in Narita, Japan.
It's already in Narita.
Yep.
It's Saturday right now.
In there. Is it 1:36 p.m. for you?
2:48.
Oh, I assume that it now the tracking swapped over to Japan time because it says it got in there at 1:36 p.m. Saturday, 6/28/2025.
It's Saturday. It's Saturday right now. So
yeah, it arrived there at when they scanned it anyway at 11:45 a.m. for you.
Jeez, it's already here. All right, well then there's a good chance I could have it. Yeah.
The latest thing says international shipment release import, so I assume that's like
it's at customs right now, most likely getting checked out.
On the way, package available for clearance. Then it went to international shipment release import, so I assume it's cleared.
It looks like it's most likely clearing or about to be cleared. So then that means I could potentially see it tomorrow or Monday at the latest. Actually, the more I think about it.
Do they deliver on Sunday? Oh, I guess it's Sunday for you, or no, it's Saturday for you, right? So. Do they deliver on Sundays there? The
post office won't. It depends who they hand it off to. If they hand it off
through FedEx.
No. But I'm talking about over here in Japan, though. I want to say if they don't do it through the post office and they do it through like Yamada or something, it could arrive potentially tomorrow. If it's through the post office, then it'll be Monday because the post office closed Saturday and Sunday here. So,
yeah.
But that was
it's still
fast.
in the Walmart box. I didn't put it in a different box, so.
Nah, that's it makes it
also because it already had like the battery label stickers on the side, so it's like just leave it. I just told him to put more tape on it, so just in case.
Put more tape, more padding, and you're basically good to go. Yeah.
They couldn't put more padding in it. The box was. I didn't open the box.
Oh, I just simply meant around the box potentially, or just at least put a fragile sticker on it and be like, don't.
Well, it says that I had to tell them what it was for it to be shipped, so it's they know it's a game console Switch too. So yeah, that departed. I don't know if this is my time or yours now. This is.
Well, it says
this
Saturday.
might be my time.
It says Saturday.
Yeah, it says Saturday at 1:26 p.m. It's just now Saturday for me, so it definitely isn't my time anymore.
Yeah, that's definitely Japan time. So
I think the prior times before it hit Japan are from like U.S. time.
Generally anytime someone has shipped something to me, be it a small care package of food for my parents or anything, it'll always go off base of U.S. time, and then the moment it crosses the water, it'll then be on Japan time. That's pretty normal stuff right there. So, not surprised.
It's even cooler if it gets there beforehand.
I mean, heck, if it arrives tomorrow, I'm all for it.
And the sooner the better you get to play.
Exactly, and I got start making content.
Just remember when you transfer your main Switch over, so that you don't have to do that stupid linking shit that I had to do, that it asked me to do. Made me reset my console.
I was actually gonna message you about this later, but I guess now I've got you. Did it transfer over just the main account of the system, or does it transfer over other accounts as well? They're on.
I believe it should transfer everything. I don't have multiple accounts, so I can't specifically tell you, but I think it does transfer everything. If you do a full system transfer, I believe it should transfer everything on that system over.
All right, because
they even copied my dark mode settings and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But
because I heard it will transfer over even demos that you've played like years ago, unfortunately. But then I couldn't find anything about accounts, because like for those who maybe have, like main account for you, and then maybe you've got like a account for you and your significant other or kids or whatever, right? So
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'll take a look into it.
Did my Switch too? Because I had another. No, I don't know. My OLED didn't have a second account on it because that was my OG Switch that did. So I didn't transfer that one. The main reason I say do the system transfer, I didn't initially do it. The only reason I had to do it was because whenever I tried to use my digital games, excuse me, that it asked me to link to the OLED Switch because I guess it was still considering my OLED Switch the primary. Even though in like the system, in like the Nintendo account settings, it says that the Switch 2 is the primary. I guess because I didn't full system transfer over everything, it was still saying the licensing was on the OLED. So it wanted me to link the Switch 2 to my OLED. It didn't do that after I did a system transfer, which is why I lost my saves. That was because I transferred my saves and then I did a system reset, then I did the system transfer. So just do the system transfer, do everything at once. You won't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
just remember when you transfer the saves, it removes them from the original.
Yeah, no, that I obviously know 100%. So
you don't, and also you don't have to wipe the original Switch, so you can still keep it as is. My OLED still as is. As well.
I am gonna wipe it because I'm gonna be giving my Switch to my nephews, my wife's brother's kids. He has 3 kids and they share one Switch right now, and I'm just like, you know what, if I'm gonna have the Switch 2, my wife will still have her OLED. I don't mind giving it to them. So
yeah. Yours is yours an OLED or no?
Nope, mine is an OG. I got it like 6 months after it was around the first 6 months that it launched, because I just moved here, or I just switched apartments or something like that, and then a few months later, I happened to find one in stores of all places. I was just like, I went up to the counter. I'm like, there's an actual Switch in here, right? And they looked at me like I was crazy, you know. And I was just, and they're like, yes, it is. And I'm just like, just wanted to double check. You know, you've been sold out for a long time. So, yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take it. Because that was back when the yen wasn't super weak. So.
I was gonna say, well, not that there's any point now, but if that Switch was old enough, it would definitely be able to do probably custom firmware.
I wouldn't be surprised if it can. Yeah, it's definitely.
It depends
old enough.
on when it was manufactured, because it was like, because I think it released whatever in like March or whatever, but in like June, July is when they fixed that hardware patch, where they fixed the hardware issue that allowed that to happen. So it was like June, July of 2018 or whatever.
I can take a look at when exactly I bought it, because the moment I bought it, I had to go into Amazon, and then that's where I bought my screen protector, because funny enough, they were out of screen protectors at the store when I went and bought it. So hang on, let me bring up my Amazon account here in Japan. Then I need to go back to 2017, right? That's when it originally launched?
Yeah, 2017. Something like that.
Go. It's July. Here we go. Oh, damn, I got my Switch in May. I thought I got it a little later than that. May 2017.
Okay, yeah, your Switch might be, sure, probably is capable of doing custom firmware with the hardware exploit, because it's because I bought the case. I bought the case, and I also bought Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild was literally the first game I threw onto my Switch. So yeah, May 25th is when I got my original Switch. Piece of history right here, folks. That'd be cool if they put Stellar Blade on the Switch too. I kind of doubt it, but
I doubt they'll do it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it can.
I do doubt it.
I bet it could run it, but I doubt they're gonna put it on there.
Yeah, I know they probably won't. It definitely does not. I mean, there are games on the Switch too that are kind of risque, I would say.
Well, especially in those indie, areas where people just.
They did fix the shop on the Switch too to not display a lot of that garbage anymore.
That's
thankfully.
Good. That's good.
I got annoying to like see all that in like the For You and recommended and top sellers or whatever.
Yeah, I remember seeing it with top sellers some months. I'm just like, how is this a top seller? And then, but granted, they're always on sale though. They're always on sale for like $2 or something like that.
Yeah, it's the cheapy little games.
Luckily enough, your kids are not really going to see it, because most parents, at least here in Japan, they use those parental settings and everything. Like, actually, funny enough, so my wife's brother's wife, you know, obviously with 3 kids and trying to share the Switch and make sure you don't play too long or anything, they actually set those times up where, you know, you can only, if the Switch was on for like more than 3 hours or something like that, then it would turn off automatically. And they were doing that once. We were all doing this family get together thing, and all the grown-ups are talking, the kids are just playing the Switch and everything like that, and all of a sudden we hear the kids go, no, and we're just like, wait, what happened? What someone die or something? And they're like, the Switch turned off. And we all look at it, you know, the father, and we're just like, what? He's like, oh yeah, my wife set up those parental controls and everything. The kids were freaking out because they didn't know about them.
That's funny.
シャワー行く？うん、そうだね。じゃあ後ほど。
後ほど。
Oh man.
まあこういうところですからゆるゆると。
I didn't think it would arrive. I thought it would maybe arrive in Japan on Monday or something. I didn't think it'd be there already.
Well, if it flew, I mean, even from the East Coast to Japan, that's only a 14-hour flight. So
What was it? What did I do? It was internet. Well, it was international economy, but that's. I mean, hey, there wasn't much delay to get it there. Hey, I'm all for it.
what I look at the receipt that you sent.
Oh yeah, I did say it read both the receipt and this said it would be there by Wednesday, but
National
Yeah.
economy. Yeah. I don't know what that is through FedEx. I've only sent some. The biggest package I ever sent was through the actual post office, and that was shipping my computer of all things. Like, that thing was not small.
Yeah, they gave me the option to use USPS. I'm like, no, no thanks. We'll go with because it was FedEx and DHL with the other 2 options. I was like, because there was when they updated like the insurance, because I put the 500 on for the insurance, they were like, because then FedEx disappeared for whatever reason. They're like, oh, well, we got DHL. I think DHL said that it would be there on the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
But then they had to redo it because the spelling of Machida was wrong. It was they put Makita like with a K. I'm like, that ain't right. That's not the correct one here. Hold on.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunately, spell check does that with certain Japanese towns and cities and everything.
yeah, once he redid it and redid all the stuff, it was like, oh, well, FedEx is back. I was like, I trust FedEx more. Not that I don't trust DHL. DHL's pretty. It's nice. I mean, I've had stuff come from DHL from Play Asia and stuff, so it's not like they're a big deal.
I've never really had any issues with a lot of shipping and everything. The only one I had an issue with one time was back in 2014. So again, 11 years ago, you know, to be fair. But it was my mom sent it through USPS, but they like handed it off to somebody else, and then it finally got here and it was delivered through the post office here in Japan. But then I had to pay due to some law that's thankfully been turned over now and it's not a thing. I had to pay money to receive it based on the size of it or something like that. Or I was just like, what?
That was a custom thing, right? I think.
No, like originally I thought it was, but it wasn't. Like I heard
was it
different
just a Japan thing?
It was a Japan thing, yeah. Because originally I heard it was a customs thing, but then I heard it was like based on the amount that they will insure it for, but then based on the size of it as well when it arrives. Like they calculate how they'll charge you for receiving it. Like they will not give it to you unless you have the money with you right there. So like I would get like they'd ring my doorbell and be like, oh, my package is here, and they'd be like, all right, that'll be at the time because it was from my computer. They're like, that would be $80 to receive it. I was like, what? Excuse me? I'm like, well, I don't have $80 on cash with me because I'm like, do you take a card? And they're like, no, it's gotta be cash. I was like, okay, well, I gotta go run over to the ATM, which is gonna be about an hour. And they're like, okay, we'll come back in an hour and a half and then we'll give it to you. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
It's ridiculous. Why? I was like, why in this day and age can we not take cards?
Oh, I know, right? It's just like, come on, like you, like, especially because a lot of those delivery people will have like all these things on their hips and everything. And it's just like, you're telling me that a little tap the touch for my debit card or credit card isn't going to work like that. Like, so.
Nope, you must give us cash.
Gotta be cash. Only cash, right?
Yeah, I didn't even ask because I didn't think about it. I was like, because I was gonna ask them if they could do signature on delivery, but I don't know if they could do that or not.
Oh, they'll do it automatically. Like that's not even it's like you, unless it's through.
It's like a default thing.
Yeah, it's a default thing. Now, the only time you don't need signatures so like if I buy something on Amazon, like if I want to get like an HDMI cable or, you know, small little things that are, you know, not that significant essentially, they'll just leave that outside my door because I choose that as a setting if I want to. If I wanted to, I could actually go to one of the stores or the train stations here, and they've got lockers set up that are in partnership with these delivery systems, and then you have to put a code in and everything. But for small stuff, I just let them sit outside my door, and then I'll pick them up after work. Anything else that is, you know, even a little bit more expensive or, you know, a little bit more important, so any kind of package coming from abroad or anything like that, I have to be here to receive it. Like there is no question about it, essentially. So
yeah, if it's something comes from FedEx or UPS here, unless it's an option that was chosen for signature, they just leave it at the door.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. So
but yeah, I mean, if it's a default, if they may, they'll do it anyway, then that's good. I just wanted to make sure it's like you actually got it.
Japan is pretty well, you know, when it comes to that type of stuff. I've never had an issue with someone stealing something from my doorstep. I've never had an issue with someone faking a signature or anything. Like I've always gotten what I've ordered. So plus it probably also helps that I'm not, you know, I don't have a typical normal Japanese name or anything, and the moment they probably look at my information, they're like, yeah, I don't think there's any other person with that particular name here. So
yeah, because I think I saw like a video or something at one time that like there's not really a theft problem because
I've never had an issue. For the 11 years I've been here, I've never had an issue. So
I mean, like not even just like at residence, I mean like in stores and all that kind of stuff, because they can, I assume like if you went to like a mobile store, the iPhones or any of the phones locked to the thing, like, you know, like the screen pulley type deal, that kind of stuff.
What do you mean? Like you can't,
like the security system, like the security tie that they put on like phones, you know, like because it's like on the back of it's like that string that comes out to the table or whatever.
Some stores have those, some don't. Depends where you go. So
I can't remember exactly what it was. I just remember watching a video saying like this is like there's like a not high risk of theft in Japan. I mean there's still theft anywhere you go, I imagine, but
there is, yeah, just obviously not as crazy or anything.
But I mean like package stealers like here.
No,
I imagine that's not that much of a big deal down there.
Nothing. Yeah, you'll never have. I've never dealt with it personally, and again, I live in Tokyo, so.
Thankfully, I've never dealt with that either. I don't want to, but I do have a Ring doorbell just in case. So I will catch you if you steal my stuff. I still have to finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Very fun game.
It is fun. It's just getting the time.
It's
to
long.
Do it.
It's definitely a long game, and actually, that's where the Portal, funnily enough, comes in, because I can just.
I know. And the Switch 2 being finally out, and I can sit and play on the Switch 2. I do want to get something for the Switch 2 because the Joy-Cons still suck to hold. It's just the form factor. I just need like the Satisfy grip or something. I think they finally made one that I can just put on there and it kind of gives it that controller feel.
Yeah.
It's God. Fracture is making something for the Switch too, so I want to know what their thing will look like.
Oh, didn't D-Brand make something that everyone liked?
It's the Kill Switch.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. Although apparently holding it by one hand, apparently people are up in a tizzy about it.
I think they said they fixed that issue because it was a manufacturing issue on the case to where it was like slightly thicker than it was supposed to be, so it wasn't clearing the connection.
Oh, okay.
But they set up a program from D-Brand so people could get that exchanged out or fixed or something, get another one or something like that.
Well, plus they're also a lot of them are in back order, if I remember correctly. So like even if you've ordered it, like you'll probably get the newer one because they're gonna, they haven't even shipped it off yet. So.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so if I ordered one now, it says it ships June, July. So yeah, it's kind of I guess back ordered a bit.
It's back ordered a bit, so I'm not surprised.
A dock adapter. I like Satisfies because theirs isn't like bulky thick, and it still fits in the dock. So I might get a Satisfy one. I think this is
send me a link on that because I might get that as well.
I'm still okay. Like I said, I still want to wait. I kind of might wait till what is it? Holy crap!
What?
Trying to think of the name. Fracture. So they make another one because they made the thing that attaches to the Pro controller and you slide the screen on it, so it's like the screen is attached to the Pro controller, and that was really comfortable to play with because you could adjust the screen and all that kind of stuff. So I want to see if what they will do with the Switch 2. They said they were doing something, so I don't know specifically.
Well, still send me if you can find the link. Send me that other case or whatever that you're talking about. I hope that Unitech makes the thing that they made for the Switch 2 or for the Switch with the game cartridges. I really hope they do. That'd be really nice.
Wait, what? What is it?
So Unitech, UNITEK, they made a thing that sits up on the top of the case of the Switch, and then you have 4 cards that can go in there, and then where the normal game cartridge would go, you have this extension thing off of their little product, and it sits in the Switch, and you just press a button, and it switches between the 4 games that you have in there.
All that, yeah. I know that the MIG Switch is getting people banned.
Yeah, but isn't that because it's all software based?
Yeah, because it requires you to dump the games or
right. You dump the games onto the cartridge, if I'm correct, which, as we all know, Nintendo.
Well, dumping your games isn't illegal. Dumping your own games, that's always been a legal thing to do, at least in the U.S. anyway. Because emulation is fine as long as you own the stuff.
Right.
But the MIG Switch, there's no preventing people from going and downloading the games and putting it on there. The way Nintendo can prevent that is because each game has a unique certificate for it. So if someone's using the same certificate as someone else, you're gone.
Right.
But even now, they're seemingly banning just for using the MIG Switch in general. Which, I mean, I'm not in a fuss about it because it's like it's still not. It's a little hardware chip that allows you to do pirating and all that stuff. So I get it. I get Nintendo doesn't want that to be supported, so I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
They do have they have the Zen Grip 2 from Satisfy. They have the bundle. It does come with like a case so that it fits in a case if you want that. It's only $20 more than the original, but I'll send you both. The Zen Grip has in the grips of the sides of the little grip controllers, they have game storage options, so you could like slide an extra game in there, so you could take it with you, which is pretty cool.
I'll have to take a look at that. But hey, if it's gonna arrive tomorrow, I'm all for it.
I'll send you the picture of what the game card looks like. It goes like right in the little side there.
I'm sure within the next year or so, a lot of those brands that made stuff for Switch 1 are probably gonna make stuff for Switch 2. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, they definitely would probably. I don't know if I'd get the case. They do have a standalone one, which is I'll send that one too. That's without the case thing too. $50 for a little standalone grip. People love the Satisfy grip too. That I've learned. As long as it fits in the dock.
How much bigger is the dock? How much bigger is the dock compared to the Switch 1? Is it much bigger? Or?
I've seen people whine about it being like the slot where the Switch goes being wide, like wider enough so that the Switch kind of like, if you actually do it by hand, it'll rock in there because there's a lot more space there, which I'm not complaining about. I'd rather it not scratch the screen. That's another thing. Get a screen protector.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna get one.
And remember, don't peel off the screen protector, even though it was on the OLED. And no one whined about that one.
Wait, there's a screen protector on the.
It's the little film on top of the screen. The key, like if the screen shatters, it prevents it from going everywhere. That's why it's there. It's a little film on top of the screen. It's like the foldable phones, like those ones that tell you not to peel it off. It's that. But the OLED also had one, so it's like, and if you weren't looking for it, you'd never know. It just put a screen protector on.
So bottom line, don't touch anything on the screen. Put the screen protector on. You're good to go.
Yep, pretty much.
Use common knowledge is what you're saying.
I wish more companies made matte screen protectors. I like the feel of matte screen protectors more now.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's really hard to buy screen protectors online sometimes because it's like they'll say what type it is, but it's just like you'll get it and sometimes you'll feel it and it'll be like, that's exactly what I thought I was gonna order.
Oh my goodness. The company I always buy like my phone screen protectors from, Mothka, they now make a Switch 2 one and it's matte screen protectors. Let's go. I want it. I love how it says order within 55 seconds to get it tomorrow, June 29th. I'm not making that cutoff.
Wait, what do they do?
Amazon's thing, whenever like it says order within blah 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 to get it by blah blah blah. It's like I had 55 seconds apparently to get it by tomorrow.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yep, 55 seconds, man.
Oh, I put Death Stranding 2 in my cart, and I guess it's sold out. Oh no, the Prime delivery is now gone because now it says free delivery by July 5th to 7th. Okay.
Yeah, that's like next weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait for that. I need to buy the first one too at some point so I can play the first one.
I heard the definitive edition definitely brought some people on board with it, but again, it's more of like if you enjoyed the first game, you'll enjoy the second one. If you didn't enjoy the first one, most likely you won't enjoy the second. But...
Didn't people oh, you mean the director's cut of Death Stranding?
Yeah, director's cut, sorry, yeah.
Because I was wondering, did they have a PS5 one? And yeah, I see it now because it's on. The PS5 is the director's cut. I see a lot of people saying that it's like a walking simulator.
I mean, there's a reason. There is a reason it got that nickname. So
there's racing in Death Stranding.
I think on the motorcycle that you get eventually.
No, there's a car.
Oh, car.
It's in the preview on GameStop's website. I was like, I just see that he's in a car and it's on a racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
Fragile Circuit. Okay. I don't know who. Oh dang! GameStop doesn't even have a new copy. I can only get pre-owned. That sucks. Not for $40. It better be brand new for $40. Death Stranding director's cut. I might have to go on eBay for this, aren't I?
Probably, yeah.
I can get the PlayStation 4.
Oh, then play it on.
But I don't want the PlayStation 4. Ooh, oh wait, yeah. Do they have a PS5 upgrade? That might be easier. Either that, or I'm gonna have to buy digital. For some games, I do like physical copies because it's just collection based, especially for good games. Let's see, eBay, Death Stranding, director's cut. I don't want bids. Yeah, you gotta be joking. Brand new. There's a tear in the seal, but they want $100 for it. Yeah, I'm good. That's
for Death Stranding, the first one or the second one?
The first one, director's cut, PS5, $100 because it's still quote unquote sealed, but they say it's got a tear in the seal, so I guess it's not really sealed anymore. But it's brand new. But it's like $100 for a brand new copy. It ain't that old. Oh, this one's $200. Japan import, $40.
Yeah, every now and then you do find those random import ones that are like from other countries, and they're like, obviously we know it's the same exact game, but
I don't understand game grading for like newer games. There's a graded copy for $300. Like, why? Oh, well, the PS4 version sealed, uncirculated, blue label. Oh, I guess it's a blue label for not the like the greatest hits or whatever. I don't even think there was a greatest hits one. But a CGC graded Death Stranding Special Edition, $1,000. I'm good. Is there anyone that just a Korean import? I don't. Hey, does Best Buy have it for a brand new too? Why is Best Buy selling on eBay? I've never noticed that before. Like, it's literally Best Buy account selling on eBay. That's funny. Death Strand. PS5. Okay, is this brand new? I can maybe get it. Yes, cool. I guess Best Buy is going to be my lifesaver today.
There you go.
I don't want to go pick it up. Why? Oh, okay, cool. Pick up Wednesday, July 9th. Shipping Tuesday, July 8th.
Okay.
I don't understand.
I don't either.
Yeah, cool. I'll wait to get these, but I'll get the director's cut. That way I can finally play Death Stranding.
All right, stream, I think we're going to call it there. We've been live for about 2 hours, so thank you so much for everyone that dropped by, or if you're watching this later on, because I know a lot of people do watch these later on after they've been turned into videos, technically, at least on YouTube. So, but thank you so much for joining us later today, and make sure you sub to the channel, check out all our content. We hope to see you guys all in the next one.